I think he's allowed to be Stone Cold Steve Austin again. There's the man. How you doing, brother?
Did he have to stop that for a while?
How you doing?
Yeah, he had to stop being Stone Cold when Vince wasn't, when he wasn't Vince's bitch for a while. Vince has that weird sort of vindictive thing. Doesn't let you use your name. Takes China's name. Give her a fucking name, for Christ's sake.
What can he do with that?
How you doing, Steve?
Good. How you doing? I'm trying to, I got up this morning about 5. We've been on the road for about 3 weeks talking about this movie. So I coffeed up big time this morning, and I'm crashing a little bit, so work with me.
Don't worry about it, brother. I, by the way, like the movie. I got to see it over the weekend.
Oh, did you?
I really enjoyed it. I love those kind of movies. I love, I'm a big Steven Seagal fan.
Yep.
I like action. It's real simple. Steve's a guy in prison, and he's on death row, and the only way you get out is to go to this island and kill off a bunch of other motherfuckers who are on death row. And, of course, it's tons of blood, tons of stabbings, blowing up dudes.
Where did they get all that equipment? I saw the previews, and I said, all right, you're out there on an island somewhere. How do you get all that stuff?
Well, when these guys are bought out of these prisons by wealthy TV producers, pretty much fed up with the system, dealing with the bureaucratic BS and all that stuff, red tape. So he buys these prisoners out of their systems, puts them on the island. So he's got the whole control room with all the control panels. He's got cameras everywhere. So he's got
you got to see the movie.
He's got it all loaded down.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was afraid when I started to see the movie. I see it was Lionsgate, and I go, oh man, this is gonna suck, because they never put any money.
Lionsgate makes some good films. Come on.
What film they make that was any good?
But don't hold me to it.
No, actually,
no,
they're a very legitimate.
No, they're legitimate, but, sometimes they pick some shitty movies. But, and then this was also in association with WWE Films, and I'm like, what the hell does Vince know about making a movie? And you know what I mean? Now all of a sudden he's a movie producer. But the movie's good. It's really good. Well, I mean, you got to like action, though.
You got to like action, and we had a lot of fun making it, and it's not for everybody, but I mean, if you like action movies, if you're pretty normal like me, or if you're doing normal things for a living, you're going to love it.
Well, I thought you didn't want to do the acting thing.
Well, my goal in my life, or my dream, was to always be a professional wrestler, but, pretty much you can't do that forever, and I found out that, the long hours on the set, long days at the office, but nobody's chasing you around with a steel chair. Nobody's trying to slam you. I mean, physics, laws of physics do catch up to you after a while, and all the gravity and the pounding.
And Steve's got a good deal going, because, in his movies, because he's the action hero, he doesn't have to memorize a lot of lines and shit. He just gets to, just do action.
Right.
And kick guys' asses, which is real good.
No soliloquies.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to memorize a bunch of lines.
But the thing about this, Howard, which was fun, was, for so long, as being Stone Cold Steve Austin on Monday Night Raw, and I love being that guy. But this is probably a little bit more, more closer to my regular everyday personality. So to finally get a chance to kind of do something different or show a different side of myself was something that I was really looking forward to, because I've been doing it for so long. I think that's all people expect from me.
Did you get to bang the chick who plays your wife? God, she had big titties.
She was nice, wasn't she?
Oh, yeah. Are you getting anything off her?
Nah.
You didn't get your finger wet?
No, I tried.
Nothing.
No.
You tried? Did you try? You tried, you son of a bitch. You really didn't get it,
You're killing me over here.
Man, I was just saying, you got no luck with women, man.
It's all good.
Bullshit. The last time you were here, you said it was all good, and it turns out it was
good now.
I've been married since.
I know, and that wife's suing you now, right?
No.
For $185 million.
No, it's all...
What do you mean bullshit?
Are you still with that woman?
No, hell no.
Is that the one who tried to stab you?
No.
And then ended up stabbing your lawyer instead?
Can't talk about it.
You can't? What happened?
I was going to say, he's probably in litigation.
Are you in litigation, or you got a gag order? It's all done with?
Yeah.
As long as you keep your mouth shut.
Oh, you can't talk about what happened, huh?
Freaking broads are all fighting over
Mom's a word.
That's all we've read about you. You disappeared from wrestling and you were fighting with your wife.
Well, you know what? It took 2 years to get this thing made.
Yeah.
Because when this script found me in Los Angeles about 2 years ago, I took it to Vince, and they originally wanted me to play the bad guy, the part that Vinnie Jones plays.
Oh, okay.
And put like a name brand actor in my spot. So
no, you did a good job.
When I took it to Vince, he says, all right, we'll get behind it. I'll do the financing on it, but if I'm going to do it, you're going to play this guy. So that's how I got the part I got. But when we got it from the original guy, he rewrote it about 3 times, tried to tailor it for me, and then took it about as far as he could, and then we hired
But wait a second. You got to back up in all this.
Okay.
You got to back up in this shit, because there's a lot of shit you're not talking about.
There's a lot of crap you're skipping over.
You and Vince break up.
Yep.
He takes away the name Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's his game, the whole deal.
Well, pretty much a trademark, stuff like that.
Right. So you quit wrestling. Vince, you're on the outs with Vince for over a year and a half. How the hell do you make up with the guy?
What are you doing?
No, that was all. When I let me see. There was a big difference or difference in opinions on creative. I kind of just hauled ass.
Well, you walked out, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
What was your difference in opinion with Vince?
Oh, it was just a deal on Monday Night Raw thing.
Because he wanted to make you lose a couple of matches.
I didn't agree with what was going on. I just felt,
What did he want to do?
I was going to be looking at the lights. I didn't think I wanted to look up at the lights, so I just said, hey, time to pack it in.
Yeah, you said, hey, Vince, I'm not going to go out a loser.
Well, it wasn't a high-profile match. I just didn't think it was good business to do it at that time, which it wasn't. I mean, I just, things got kind of a little hairy there for a while, and that's a crazy business.
So you were working, making big money. For you to say to Vince McMahon, I don't like the way things are going creatively, I'm leaving. You had to be shitting in your pants because you're like, well, what the hell am I going to do with the rest of my life? You're still a young man.
That's the only game in town. It wasn't like there was another wrestling federation to go to.
You know what? But it's first of all, I've always saved every bit of my money.
Right.
I have. I don't spend a whole lot of money.
I notice how you dress. Yeah, you're not spending on clothes.
Exactly.
Right.
But I'm comfortable.
Right. The nice jeans and the shirt.
But when I did that, it was just, I think I got that from my mom.
Right.
Just kind of being stubborn, and once you make a decision, you just kind of stick by it. And
but what was the game plan? I mean, when you go into Vince McMahon and you say, fuck you, essentially, I don't like your direction you're taking my career in, Vince is like, okay, don't let the door hit you on the ass, because you know what, I got 20 guys who are going to replace you.
And don't say Stone Cold anymore.
And don't say Stone Cold, and don't ever bother me again. And then all of a sudden, you guys are pals again. How does that work out?
What happened was, I went my way, and to Vince's credit, he threw down a phone call.
He did?
And yeah, he did. Okay. And maybe two, but at the time, I wasn't ready for the phone call.
You're one of the biggest stars ever was. You and Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm sitting around and hanging out in San Antonio, hunting and fishing, and finally, Jim Ross, the announcer for the show, good buddies with that guy, always have been.
What do you mean hunting and fishing? What are you hunting?
Just deer hunting, fishing, stuff
Killing
like
some
that.
shit?
Yeah.
You eat that shit or what?
Yeah, you got to. It's South Texas stuff. Everybody does that, Howard.
What do you do with the urine?
You don't keep the urine. And, some of those people have put that stuff all over and stuff like that. I'm not a big believer in that.
You ought to hang out with us. We hunt Jews. We actually hunt people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you want to really
sort of
part
like
of
your movie.
You're not kidding.
This could be the condemned part too. But anyway, I was hanging around and Jim Ross sent me a card in the mail that says, "If you ever need me, I'm here." So, when he sent me that card, I gave him a call.
Right. And
we started talking, and then we just kept talking for about 2 hours.
How much money did Vince put up for this movie?
I think we filmed this thing for about $20 million.
$20 million?
Yeah.
It's a good movie. I think you can make some money with it.
It looks a hell of a lot better than $20 million. I mean, it's not the biggest budget movie in the world. Obviously, it's not the lowest budget movie in the world. But I tell you what, we maximized every dollar we spent on this thing.
Right.
And I'm real proud of it.
It sounds like you were really involved.
Well, I was. I got
and all that.
I got a chance to be in on creative, which I always have been, except for that one time on the WWE. But
did Vince give you a piece? Well, he obviously gives you a piece of the action. You're not promoting like crazy.
Well, yeah.
He gives you a piece of the action.
Yeah.
Does he pay up front or?
Well, yeah, I made my money up front for the movie,
right.
or as we were filming it, and then points and stuff on the back end. So,
nice.
Yeah, it's that type of deal.
You think Vince will be straight with you and really give you the money?
Oh, he's always a straight guy when it comes time to paying guys.
Yeah.
I mean, if you deserve to make a lot of money, or you can earn a lot of money, he's going to pay you a lot of money. And that being said, if you don't, he's not going to pay it.
You're going to have to pull an audit on the guy, or what?
No, he's a handshake guy, and I'll say this about Vince, and I've learned more working with that guy than I have in college and life or anything, and that's why I love being in business with him. But if you shake that guy's hand, if he looks you in the eyes and he tells you something, that's the way it
will be done.
Absolutely.
Now, so you're making the movie. Now, this is marriage number 3 that busted up, right? This is 3 of
them.
them.
4?
That was no, just 3.
That was number 3. Right?
Yeah, but that was man, that's going a ways back.
Now, you moved in the new broad into your house already?
No.
You're living with her?
No, we're splitting time. Kind of between her place and my place.
This new broad I heard is in your house. I heard she's living there. Well, I don't want to see that. She got a drawer?
What's that?
Does she have a drawer?
Does she have her own drawer?
Couple drawers.
You gotta figure this shit out.
You gotta slow down.
This is crazy.
Slow down?
Yeah.
3 marriages.
I'm done. You're fixing to get married, aren't you?
I'm thinking about it, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Thinking about it? Whoa. You're thinking about it.
What about it?
I'm engaged.
Okay. When's the big date?
Yeah, but he's taking his time, Steve.
I'm taking my time, man.
Oh, come on.
This is only marriage number 2 for me. I'm not going to have marriage number 3 for another 10 years.
You're going to invite me to the wedding, aren't you?
Of course.
Okay.
It's not even going to be a wedding.
Well, okay, I'll just come hang out.
You come to the party.
Yeah.
You can hang out. But where do you hang out? Like, you don't ever get to New York and hang out.
You know what? I haven't been to New York in a while, and when I do, I don't really go out to clubs. In L.A., I don't go out to clubs. I'm somewhat of a homebody. I like to go out and eat every now and then, have a few cocktails. But
yeah, but if I have you at my house, I don't want you running around in a bathing suit looking all masculine.
No, we just hang out.
Near my
what
fiancée.
kind of suit would he wear?
Where do you live?
Gotta wear,
I got a house out east.
Okay.
Some of those...
We go hunting out there.
There you go.
I go
Surfer
fishing.
You got any property?
I go fishing. I got some property. I go fishing.
Fishing.
I know a guy who knows.
I fish like crazy.
You fish at a chessboard.
Don't make me look like a woman in front of this man.
He has a pond that he's stacked with goldfish.
That's right.
No, I fish.
Bothering the goldfish.
You know who I fish with? Jimmy Kimmel.
Really?
Yeah, we go fishing together.
That other great athlete.
And then we make out in the bushes.
Right.
We blow each other in the bushes.
Put a little lotion on his back.
Jimmy, I'm getting a tan.
I have a friend who knows Steve, and without mentioning his name, he told me why Steve hates coming to New York.
Why?
2 words, crazy blacks.
Is that right?
Stop it.
Yeah, right? Is that right? Is the guy bullshitting me?
Crazy blacks?
What are you talking about?
Well, I mean,
You're making a joke, I assume.
Well, the guy says he knows Steve. No, that's
not that
of course that's a joke.
All right, well, okay. Went over real big.
Yeah.
I got some.
That was a good one.
Why don't you try that on the wrap-up show before you do it?
Should I test that all out on him?
All right, now wait a second. You hate Hulk Hogan, right? You would wrestle. Do you hate him like as a shtick?
You really hate him?
Or you really just don't
No,
like
I would say I hate him. I just, they tried to, they tried to get me to wrestle the guy last year. They tried to get me to wrestle the guy this year. I'm just not interested in wrestling. I think that, I've always given him credit for his career. But, if you're going to make a big build-up of a match with Stone Cold versus Hogan, 2 big names, I just think that the way his style is, the way my style is, very aggressive and physical versus his style, I just don't think it's conducive to having a great match. I mean, so you can promote the hell out of it, and sure, it could possibly make a lot of money, but it's a little bit more than that. I don't want to go out and just stink the joint out of the place just to make a buck. I wouldn't do that.
I'm not understanding exactly what you're saying. You're saying that if you and Hulk Hogan wrestled, the fans would want to see that.
Oh, I'd watch that in a heartbeat.
But you're a much younger man than Hulk Hogan. It would have to be worked out that you win.
But I just, the styles would clash.
What do you mean by that?
My wrestling style versus his wrestling style is like oil and water, 2 different things.
Really? Neither one would want to lose either, right?
Well, hell no.
Yeah. So
but I'd have to win. I mean, that's the bottom line.
Can you do like a tag team thing then?
No,
what kind of money do you think? What kind of money do you think Vince would pay you to wrestle Hulk Hogan?
I have no idea. It'd have to be a hell of a lot, though.
Right, but you wouldn't do it.
You're not going to see it.
But as I understand now, Vince might not be talking to Hulk at this present time.
Oh, yeah?
Why is that?
Because Hulk's going into some other kind of wrestling business that's trying to compete with Vince at this point.
Oh.
Well, there's really never going to be any competition for Vince, I don't think. I mean, you have TNA down there in Florida, and I wish those guys well, because guys down there get a chance to, to have jobs as wrestlers. And I wish they'd be able to step up their game just because competition would be welcome. It'd make the product better.
They're hoping, too. That's why they're getting involved.
But you remember back in the day with the WCW, WWE wars, I mean, that was when, the wrestling fans benefited from that. It was it was the best TV ever, and then we smoked them. After they beat us, they kicked their ass for 2 years, then we started smoking them. Ted goes belly up, Vince buys the company. So, but it was fun while it lasted. So I just wish they'd pick their business up. Competition's good.
So who are you dating now? You must be getting tons of puss.
Where does he find these women?
On the set, I hope, man. There was a couple of hot women. The other chick who's in your new movie, The Contender, there's some chick.
The Condemned.
I mean, the Condemned.
What did you call it?
I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the...
Some people are calling it The Conductor, The Condemned.
I'm sorry. Forgive me.
That's okay. That's okay.
But in the new movie, there's a chick who lives in the control room. She's the girlfriend of the big boss.
Yeah.
She's super hot, too.
Yeah.
And you didn't bang her?
No.
Did you try?
No.
Now you're lying to me.
No, I'm telling you.
You're the star of the movie. She didn't want it?
Probably.
Yeah.
No.
And this broad you're with now, what does she do?
She was a special education teacher for 18 years. She just
18 years?
She just changed.
She must be old.
She must have started at 2.
How old is she?
She's a little bit younger than me, but yeah.
You're not dating a 22-year-old?
No.
What's going on?
I like to have a conversation every now and then. all the other stuff's great, but the conversation, and hanging out. And,
well, the other wives you had a conversation with, and the conversation got ugly.
Turned ugly.
Well, it did, but anyway.
Are you losing a lot of money in these divorces?
No.
You holding on to your cash?
Howard.
First wife.
Well, that was the first one, the only one.
Second one, you had a prenup.
Yeah.
Third one, you have a prenup?
So I'm trying to get them all. No, the first one I didn't have a dime.
Right. So it didn't matter.
Second one was when I first came into Stone Cold. So that one did okay, and then the rest of them, well, the other one, smooth selling.
Was
smooth selling, yeah.
See, I heard.
Oh no, get your information right. I'd tell you, Howard.
I heard you offered the broad $1 million, and then there was gunplay and knives and
No, that wasn't even a marriage.
That was a girlfriend.
No, you're talking. No, you got your facts straight. You're wrong on that one.
You and these women, motherfucker. I mean, this is crazy. You got to find a normal one.
I got a good one now.
You sure? But that's what you said to me the last time.
You say that every time we see you.
Yeah, but this time I'm not kidding you. You got to remember, I got a hell of a sense of humor.
It's unbelievable.
And that's what I'm.
Where'd you meet this one?
At the gym.
See, I think he's meeting his women in the wrong places.
Where should he go, church?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
He's got to go on J-date or something.
Yeah.
J-date. Maybe go out with a Jewish broad, right?
Why not?
Who knows?
Why not?
Bring me a Jewish broad.
So you happy or what?
Very, very.
Yeah. You're in some shape in the movie. Walking around all muscular.
Yeah, I was in, tightened up the diet on that thing, and I've found that the hardest thing about the damn movie business is just running around promoting the thing, because now, I hadn't touched the weight in about 30 days, and when you're riding around on airplanes all day long, I mean, you got to have a cocktail on the airplane.
Right.
So
that's right.
Then you got to have a cocktail when you get to the hotel. So, I mean, just one thing leads into another. So, I'm ready to start another damn movie so I can get back in shape.
Are you going to do it? Now, you have a 3-picture deal with Vince?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
The WWE Films is now... So what is the second picture going to be?
We're looking for a script right now. We're trying to find something, obviously, probably an action movie.
Right. What happened to The Rock? Is he still around? Is he still doing movies?
I haven't talked to the guy.
See, I think that there's a hole in the market right there. There's no big action stars. Every time they want to make an action movie, they still got to go back to Bruce Willis because there's nobody taking that role.
Man, he's a pussy. You could beat his ass.
Well, he's an in-shape 60-year-old, but that's ridiculous.
Well, what happened to The Rock's career, right? Wasn't he kind of on a roll?
Hell, I don't know. I don't keep up with the guy.
Wait, I have a sense of hostility here. You don't like The Rock, do you?
I'm
fine with him. He's one of my favorite guys to be in the ring with.
Yeah?
Is he a little girl?
Is he a little girl?
Yeah.
He's not one of the guys that we trade phone calls. Now, probably the only guy that I keep up with, or these days, is Kevin Nash and Diamond Dallas Page. And a couple of guys that are coming up on the horizon and still in the company that I keep up with that I like and try to give them some advice, stuff like that. But other than that, I just don't call a whole lot.
What are you saying? The Rock shaves his legs and he's not manly enough to hang out with you?
No, that's what you just said.
I'm asking you.
That's what you just said.
Well, you don't keep up with his career? You're not...
No, I see what he does.
You think he's putting out some shit or what?
Well, he makes interesting choices. I mean, I think that, what I'm looking for...
That gay character, you wouldn't have done that?
You won't play a gay character in your movie?
Well, if you're asking me, no, I wouldn't. Like I told you, I saved all my money.
Right.
So I can really be selective. But I'm trying to find something that's action-oriented and stuff like that.
You're good at it.
But to go with what you said, Robin, it's like... when you talk about the next action guy or this, that, or whatever, it's interesting. When I talk to my agents, I've got some real good agents, and they said, Steve, we've got to be careful, so we don't get you typecast or stereotyped as just an action guy. And I respect their opinion because they're very knowledgeable. I'm happy to be with them. But that being said, hey, if I got lucky enough to knock down, 30 action movies that I really enjoyed making and that people really enjoyed seeing, well, hell, you can't complain about that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Arnold Schwarzenegger's career.
No, he kicked ass. Yeah. If I got a chance to do stuff like a Cool Hand Luke or whatever, Charles Bronson type stuff, well, that'd be cool, too. So,
don't play a fruit.
I need this thing, I need the Condemned, obviously, to do well to get more swings, at the plate. So
you'll do all right with this
Believe me, I got to work my ass off. It's a tough town. Everybody knows that, so you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, they're going to short little British dudes to try to do action movies right now. It's crazy.
You're going to do okay with this because forget about even the movies. You also got the rental market and the secondary market. I'm telling you, there's not enough films like this where guys are just kicking ass and killing shit. And I like it. I love when guys... I sit there and yell, just kill that motherfucker.
But when was the last time, besides these, comic book superhero movies, that you see any action? You don't see a guy who's just kicking ass.
You want to let Eric the Midget talk to you?
Yeah, hold on. But this is a hard movie, and you saw it. It's violent, but there's some humor in there.
It's good. It's a good story.
And I've seen this movie with, in my travels from East Coast to West Coast with 7 different... cities, different theaters, and it's a fun ride. And we were filming it. I was thinking, you know what, this is a dark, violent movie, and I thought it's kind of serious. But people have so much fun watching the damn thing. It's kind of like being at it's kind of a bad analogy, but it's kind of like being at a Rocky Horror Picture Show when different people meet their demise in this movie in an interesting fashion.
And you see some titty.
There's
a little titty in there, but it's during a rape scene, but there is titty.
Oh my!
It's a fun, violent movie. It's the feel-good movie from 2007, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
If you like people getting killed, it's a lot of fun.
Robin, you're going to see it, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I like action films.
All right, Eric, go have your wet dream now. Here's Steve for you.
Go ahead, ask your question.
It's Eric the Midget.
Good morning. I wanted to know if you were going to be involved in any more WWE shows. pay-per-view or regular TV shows.
He's been waiting 4 hours to ask you that.
I have a long-term contract with WWE, and I don't see myself stepping back in the ring unless it was just an unbelievable type thing, which I don't see happening. I know that WrestleMania is going to be in Florida next year at a big outdoor football stadium, so I could possibly be a part of that if they find something for me. But as a regular on TV, no, because they need that valuable TV time for the men and women that are out there trying to draw houses and draw TV ratings, so I don't see that happening.
Is that okay, Eric?
Yeah.
In other words, he's not interested.
So what do you think of some of the guys?
Oh, no. Follow-up question.
Sorry, Steve. This guy's a shithead.
I like there's a guy out there named Ken Kennedy that I like. I like what he's doing.
Yeah.
Pretty good at running his mouth. He's getting better and better in the ring. There's a couple other guys that just need to put it together. It's not an easy thing to put together. It took me 7 years, and it took me getting fired before I really put it together. It is. I mean, people don't understand that, and sometimes I think that people think that wrestlers are just retards or whatever. But to get to the very top level, and using the psychology and everything like that, and marketing, come up with something with some marketing,
something different.
I mean, god dang, you better be half-ass smart.
Right, and hold on to your money.
Yeah.
And you do break up your body quite a bit, don't you? It's
you do.
wear and tear.
It's entertainment. The laws of physics apply. Gravity, is not so kind sometimes.
How are your knees? They holding up?
I'm good. And that was another thing when, talking about The Condemned, people said, how you feeling? I said, well, watch this movie, and you see that I can basically do everything anybody else can. When I wore the leg braces, that was part of the uniform, part of the equipment to be in the ring. But in normal life, I don't need that stuff. As far as the neck goes, 100%.
All right, good. All right, Freak John, you're on the air.
What's going on, guys?
Hey.
It's true or false, Stone Cold, that the reason you left wrestling that night was that you were supposed to do a job to a bitch named Brock Lesnar, who right now is banging your ex.
What about that?
Ain't my ex. You're true about the other stuff.
I heard that he's now married to Deborah, who you at one time were dating or married to or something like that, and that's why you left that night?
No, you're wrong on that one, Cat.
See, there's a lot of rumors around there. They don't know.
Yeah.
You've been superfly schnooked to the head one too many times, buddy.
Let's go to John. John in Miami, go ahead.
Hey, Steve, is there any truth to the rumors that Vince McMahon might be gay?
Oh.
False.
Hey, I've heard that from time to time, but Vince bangs chicks, right? Yeah. He's got kids and a wife.
Who is he banging?
He's about as straight as you can get.
Yeah, but who's he banging?
What, did you ever try to blow Vince and then he just turned you down point blank?
Boy, a couple of times.
Yeah. So you've never made out with him or anything? Nothing. Not even
I just went for it.
No light petting. No, Vince McMahon is not gay.
He's married, right?
Yeah.
And did you ever do anything with Stacy Keibler?
No.
You never got her? Boy, she's got some ass.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. She was in here once. Why can't we get her back in here? Remember, that was a while ago.
Oh, she's a big star now. After that, Dancing with the Stars.
Oh,
really?
Yeah. She's a full-time waitress now at Hooters. She's not going to come in here.
Fuck even knew she was on that. What an ass, though.
What an ass on her. You never banged her, huh? You ever get any celebrity chicks?
I don't hang out with any celebrities.
I mean, once in a while. And they go to one of these parties and hook up?
I don't go to parties.
Nothing, huh?
No.
Wow, I
don't know anybody out there, man. I tell you, I don't really mix with a whole lot of people.
You got to bang that way.
Movie's just now coming out. Now, when the movie comes out over in Gold Coast, Australia.
Oh, you shot that in Australia?
Yeah.
Oh, you're not getting any pussy there. Unless you're at the kangaroo
Nobody's
pussy.
over there.
A lot of hot broads I heard over there.
What'd you bring, the girlfriend over there?
She came to visit twice, but we were over there for about 4 months.
Were you doing any Aborigine girls while you were over there?
Did you get any of that native tail?
No, I didn't try that.
Now that you're a Hollywood guy.
I got to put that on my list of things to do.
Now that you're a Hollywood guy, you should bang that Winona Ryder.
Is that right?
Is that the thing to do?
Yeah, do that, man.
Was that the fat one or the mom?
No, Winona Ryder. You know
Winona Ryder.
The Judds.
No, you're talking about the
crazy shoplifter.
Oh, her, yeah, you should bang her.
Bang the silly right out of her.
Girl
I need to get a pen and
Interrupted.
paper for a list of things to do.
Jennifer Love Hewitt, too.
Oh, yeah.
Are you monogamous now? I mean, you just with this one chick and you're not even messing around?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
You should bang that Sarah Michelle Parker.
Parker.
Nate, you're on the air in Cleveland.
Yeah, Steve, like the last couple of years, you've been with WrestleMania doing kind of the big matches with Vince and Donald Trump. At the end of the match, when you gave Donald a stunner, does it drive you crazy when someone who's not an athlete, they're doing that, and they just totally mess up the move, and it makes it look stupid?
Well, you're going to have good days and bad days, and, you know, I give Donald a lot of credit for just getting in the ring and being a part of that thing. I had fun hanging out with him, and it's not like we just sat there and tried to solve the problems of the world. But he was good for our program, and we were good for him. And for anybody to just go out there and try it.
Right. I'd be afraid.
A guy with his kind of money to be willing to go out there and do something like that, you know, I take my hat off to the guy. I got nothing but good things to say about him.
I agree with you about that because, like Bubba's going to go do the wrestling thing this weekend, and I was like, I wouldn't even go down there because, like, what if somebody just fucks up and, and breaks my neck?
Yeah.
What do I need that for? You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was game. I mean, he's a trooper.
Vince called me a couple of years ago and said, hey, let's do something. And I said, okay, what do you got in mind? And I don't know. It involved me, like mixing it up. I'm like, I'm not going to mix it up.
They'd hit you and that would be it.
Yeah, I'm a pencil neck geek.
You got to do...
He'd be totally broken.
I can't handle myself.
Trump was smart. He got you get two representative wrestlers and they wrestle it out. And you're involved in the, the hype before, yelling and screaming.
No, but like Vince, I said to Vince, just send me some ideas. Yeah, he's got crazy ideas, this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, mostly resulting in you getting beaten up.
Yeah, I end up with like a pipe in my ass. They walk me around like a flag. I don't think so.
But the pipe in the ass, that's entertainment.
Yeah, let's say like Steve I trust, right? Go in the ring and everything, and they make it so I can beat his ass. Who's going to buy that?
Yeah, nobody's buying that.
Well, how am I going to beat his ass?
Here's the name of your character, Howard. Howard the guy with a pipe in his ass.
Yeah, it was pretty much that. And I went, well, I don't want to do that. I'm making a good enough living. I don't have to do that.
See, that leads you saved your money.
I saved my money.
Steve,
it all comes back to that, man.
That's right. You got to do that.
Did Steve wrestle with Chris Canyon?
Which guy is that? Chris
the gay
Canyon?
guy.
The gay guy.
Oh, did you wrestle Chris?
We know a fruit wrestler.
No. I know Chris.
He's depressed.
I've known him for a couple of years now.
He's a good guy. He comes on the show.
Yeah,
he's all depressed,
He's the greatest.
Why? What's he depressed about?
He's going to try and kill himself.
Why?
Artie took him off the ledge.
Really?
I'm talking to him right now. I'm a therapist.
He feels because he's gay, he got aced out of the WWE.
Yeah, I think he's got a legitimate beef, too, to tell you the truth.
You know what? Hell, I knew the guy for a long time, and I didn't even know that. And, of course, Dallas is a good friend of mine, and he told me, he goes, yeah, bro, he's gay. I'm like, well, who gives a shit? I didn't care.
Right.
But it's nothing for him to get depressed about and kill himself.
Yeah,
he's a good guy.
He is a good guy. I feel bad for him. He wants to wrestle.
He's a real nice guy.
Will you agree to wrestle Chris Canyon if we can line it up? Maybe that'll be the thing that'll...
I save my money.
You think? What if he pops a... Would you wrestle him naked for the right amount of money?
I save my money.
That's not called wrestling.
I wouldn't wrestle a straight guy naked either.
Now, Steve is in the Condemned.
Your mind needs my possession.
It opens this Friday in theaters everywhere. I like the movie.
Thank you.
If you're an action fan, you'll like this. It's, as Steve says, it's like kind of lighthearted. It's heavy in a sense.
Got some humor, though.
It's lighthearted, though.
I can't wait to see it.
The guy's killing each other. It's over-the-top violence, but it's great.
Well, you always like that premise of people. Like Howard once proposed that Survivor really be the last person standing on that island.
Right.
Yeah. And this is, we even said, maybe bring prisoners out there.
Well, what's cool in this movie, too, they attach this leg device to you.
Uh-huh.
So if you want to, you can just pull the guy's leg device and blow his ass up.
Oh.
And just blow him into smithereens.
Wow.
So this one black chick who's one of the criminals, she's like really nice to this one other black guy, and then she just pulls the pen out and blows his ass off.
Oh, and you know what? I love the name, too. It's a perfect name. The Counselor. I love that.
The Counselor is the
You got to get it right, man.
Oh, the Contender. Oh,
no,
it's the
I made one
The
mistake.
Contender.
God damn it, it's a Condemned.
Where else are you promoting? What do you do? Do you get to go on Leno and Letterman, or do they keep you
I don't know what they got lined up. I knew I was coming here.
Right.
And I don't know what else they got lined up.
Leno sucks. Don't do that.
Yeah. I'm doing, hell, we did it's been a goddamn hell of a schedule.
Yeah.
And like I said, with doing what you got to do to promote a movie.
You got to do
Drink beer on an airplane and then drink beer later at the hotel. I just look at the piece of paper day by day and I go accordingly.
Where am I going to get beer?
Are you going house to house, door to door? What are you doing?
If I have to. We got to make number 2, I need this thing to do well.
Yeah, you do.
For obvious reasons.
Yeah, no, it's a nice career if you can.
Well, you know what?
Isn't it great being on a movie set, the way they kiss your ass, they feed you, they give you the trailer. It's about as close to heaven as you can.
Mr. Austin, can we get something else for you?
Well, you know what? That didn't happen on the Condemned.
Nice.
And I'm sure that there's a lot of that, and whatever people do is their business, but out on the Condemned, with Vinnie Jones rolled up, I rolled up, there's no egos, no bullshit. We really worked hard to try to be efficient and make a good movie. And half the time, they put me up at a real nice 2-bedroom apartment, high-rise, right there on the beach. But most of the time, I'd stay, you know, out in the woods on location on my tour bus. And basically, I figured I got paid to camp out and make a movie.
Wow.
And it was a lot of damn fun.
Yeah,
I enjoyed doing it. And I'll tell you something. And when I tell people about, you know, about this movie stuff, you know, Hollywood, Beverly Hills is a tough town. When you roll in out there and you don't have 16 movies or, you know, you start with the bit parts and stuff like that and work your way up, it's tough to get anything, and understandably so. But because of my relationship with Vince, because of my past track record, you know, I get the opportunity.
Did Vince show up on set?
No. But my point is, I mean, you know, so I want to be able to, you know, this thing to pay off.
Right.
You know, because, you know, God takes a chance on you. You got to do what you got to do.
So the movie comes out.
Right.
Does great. We know that's going to be beautiful. Vince is going to be right on the phone to you. Brother, I always knew it. It was the smartest thing we did, getting you out of wrestling and moving you into, you know, it's going to be a great love fest. Let's say, and God forbid, the movie doesn't do so good. You think Vince is just going to push you out? I mean, is he going to go through with the second picture? Probably not, right?
Movie's going to do fine.
It's going to. You
know, Howard. Here's the deal. I mean, you know, I've been on this show enough times. I'm never cocky, anything like that, but I'm confident. You got to believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody's going to believe in you. And I believe in this movie. I've seen it with 7 different audiences. I know what it is. When we had the premiere in Detroit right before WrestleMania at the old Fox Theater, there was about 4,200 people there. To go on that ride with 4,000 people.
They love it.
I know what the movie is. You saw it.
I love it.
You know, so...
Well,
what dollar amount are you looking for? Give me a prediction.
Here's the deal. If the damn thing went belly up, I really wouldn't, you know... That's not going to happen, but I'm proud of this sumbitch because I enjoyed my performance.
And you don't look like an asshole.
Yeah. I had an acting coach. You know, the fights were the toughest damn thing.
You don't. At least you don't look like an asshole. You know, some guys do it.
Let me say this. Vince has made movies before. This isn't the first movie he's been involved with, and I don't think they've done all that well, have they?
Well, I mean, hell, this is the third one. They've got a lot of you know, a learning process. You got 2 out of the way. The third one, everything was a lot more of a well-oiled machine. And you know, I don't know what the Marine ended up doing at the box office, but I know that John Cena ended up selling. He had the #1 movie on DVD sales for a couple of weeks. He sold over 1 million some odd CDs in about 10 days. So
I believe that.
He kicked ass.
Okay.
That's the kind of movie that does well in rental.
Right.
It does. Yeah. What about, so what did you like to see box office opening weekend? What do you need? What do you got to hit?
I don't know. I don't know how to predict a box office as being my first one. I don't know how they track that shit.
You probably need 12 to 15.
What else is coming out? Do you know even what else is coming out against you?
Let me see. Nicolas Cage has a shit.
Nicolas Cage? You can't beat him. There's something wrong with you.
No, I think it should be interesting this weekend.
Who you got?
Spider-Man 3.
Spider-Man 3.
That comes out next week.
No, that's next week.
Next week. That's a whole different thing, man.
Yeah.
That's a phenomenon.
You don't want to come out on that weekend.
No.
Well, I mean, you know, Spider-Man, Jesus Christ.
And nobody beats Spider-Man.
I was thinking you should have Spider-Man in your movie.
And the Condemned, he would have died.
Yeah, you could have killed him.
It was too tough for Spider-Man on our crew.
Spider-Man's a pussy, right?
Hey, speaking of Spider-Man, you ever go to Australia? You said you're out in the woods there. You ever come across one of them crazy Australian big, like, insects they have out there? They're nuts.
No, I didn't see any.
You're going to beat those up.
It's dangerous, man. I saw a documentary about it.
Those are called Al-Qaeda.
Yeah. Well, no, they're huge. They have these
giant lice.
Australian bush spiders.
Oh, really?
And they jump 20 feet, and they get on your neck, and they fucking kill you.
That's what I call Vince, the Australian bush spider. Listen, I wish you a lot of luck. I like Vince, too. I've spoken to him a couple of times. I wish you guys luck with this thing. I like the movie. I recommend it to my audience. Steve Austin, you know him from the show. He always comes on in here, and he's always a good guest. And the movie is called The Condemned. Not The Contender, The Condemned. And it's opening this Friday in theaters everywhere. We'll be back right after this. Steve Austin, everybody. Go see him in the movies this Friday. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you guys very much.